If this is the first time you're launching the dispatcher, you'll be asked to enter data or import data from HeavyJob or Excel. At this point, we can select to do practice data. This is helpful if you have new employees and you just want them to use non-important data that's already preset for the dispatcher. In our case, we're going to go through the setup menu. If you are a HeavyJob customer, you can simply hover over the HeavyJob screen over here and click Import. Dispatcher will automatically find your HeavyJob location, assuming that it's installed on exactly the same computer as the dispatcher. You can hit Import and it will import your locations, employees, and equipment from HeavyJob and place the resources in the last location imported on time cards. In our case, we're going to go through the Excel import. The first step to do is to gather data. You can click on the Gather Data button right here. If you follow the instructions, it will point you to a location on your hard drive. See Dispatch Bin folder. This folder may be different depending on the initial install, but if you've used default settings, you should be able to find locations, equipment, and employee Excel templates in this folder. In our case, I've already filled out some data in all 3 Excel sheets. I'm going to use this section right here to browse to my locations Excel data. I have saved them on a desktop. I'm going to find my locations right here and hit Open. This button is very important. What this means is basically you're telling Dispatcher that the very first row holds column titles. As you can see on the example right here, the first row says Location ID. And basically by clicking this button, you're confirming that the first row does not contain any data you'd like to import, but rather just the titles of what's in them. This is what the Excel sheet looks like. At this point, we can start creating the crews. All of our data inputted successfully. This portion is optional, but I'm going to show you real quick how to do it. Very first thing we need to do is to click on Set up Employee Types. And we have to specify a foreman for a type. So while we've named this type a foreman, Dispatcher doesn't really know that this is a foreman type because it must be selected in system type as such. So I'm going to checkmark foreman right here. And I'm going to hit close. And now all employees that are set as foreman will appear on the right hand side. So currently I have one employee right here that has a type of foreman. Now on the left hand side I can select my other employees and assign it to the crew. And I can do the same thing with my equipment. Once I'm done, I can hit done. And at this point I can specify where the resources are located. I only have one location currently, so I can just specify my crew leader and assign them to the location. And everybody who's part of the crew will be assigned to the same location as well. I can hit done and I'm ready to go. I can hit continue and my magnetoid will show up with my foreman, with my piece of equipment, and my employee.